All right. Hi, everyone. Today, Tim Roper joins me. He is, let me read it from your LinkedIn. You're a director of member development at Davis Chamber of Commerce. Davis is the county in Utah, just north of Salt Lake City. So, Tim, I'll let you go from here. You can introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. It's good to be back on here with you. Uh, so yeah, I am the director of member development for the Davis Chamber of Commerce, and like you said, that's our county here. We cover 15 cities here. Davis County is the smallest county in Utah, but we boast the third highest population within our county. So we kind of stuck between Salt Lake City and Ogden, and feed off both those metropolitan area, so it's kind of the place where everybody wants to live. But work with a lot of our businesses here, and I also serve on the Clearfield City Council, which is one of our cities here in Davis County. So get to work a lot within our community here with our local businesses and follow the issues that they face as they try to continue to grow and develop.
Nice, nice. So I'm currently looking at if I can share my screen. So this is Davis County, as you said, one of the smallest counties, if not the smallest county, in Utah. But so you're saying this is like a very nice area to live
Yep.
in Salt Lake metro area.
Yeah, a lot of people like to. A lot of people will either work in Salt Lake or Ogden, and they live within Davis counties proximity here.
Nice. And here's Clearfield, where you serve as a member of city council, right?
Yep, been doing that for
Cool.
about 8 years, so it's been a while.
Nice. Nice. So you do this full time, but you're also very active on social media. You promote AI stuff. As far as I understand, you're focused on tech, trying to um, put your word out there, also connecting with people. So maybe you can tell me and the audience a little bit about what you do there besides the government stuff.
Yeah, so I AI is I think a hot topic for a lot of us right now. We're trying to decide whether it's for us or not for us. I'm involved with helping some school teachers even educate their students on AI and how to use it. So I have with a partner of mine, we've started a company called Prompt Commander AI, where we are trying to help businesses implement AI into their workflows, their standard operating procedures, their SOPs, and just learn how to practically use AI. I think we get caught up in a lot of the hype of AI on social media. There's a lot of myths. There's a lot of things that it's not. We hear or see the posts that say buy 500 prompts that work from me. But we want to go in and actually teach people pretty much how to fish, right? And how to use this, how to prompt. So we've been working with a small amount of businesses right now to help them learn their workflows or even come in and train their employees on how to utilize AI within their organization so that they can become more productive and let it take care of some of the menial tasks that we all have from day to day so we can focus on the things that will make us more successful.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. So, what kinds of AI are you talking about? Is this mostly about LLMs, or also image generation, voice to text, or anything in between?
Sure. Yeah. No, great question. So we mostly educate people with ChatGPT, but we're pretty knowledgeable on all the platforms that are out there. We have on our team those that really know the image side of things. So using Midjourney and a few of those platforms to get in the imaging side of things. But where I mostly focus is teaching people just the practical sides of even using voice to chat. We can train bots, and we have people on our team that can do that if there's some workflows that you really need specified in there. But where I focus is mostly just teaching how to use ChatGPT and how to use that in your day-to-day operations. I have ADHD, and bringing on ChatGPT into my life has been a game changer for me. It's really been an extension of my brain. So we'll help people learn how to keep it as your task manager, help it schedule your meetings. You can let it know your schedule. I've using the voice function on ChatGPT. They even have a camera function now to where it can see your surroundings. We're trying to be innovative with all of those things to really find ways that we can make our lives a lot easier. I was just meeting with a football coach, a college football coach, um, who I was showing him how to run data analysis on players and teams, and let AI do his analysis for him, so that he's not having to crunch all those numbers himself and build spreadsheets. And so it was great to see the light bulb go on over his head and find a more simple way, so now he can focus on the things that he really needs to focus on.
Yeah, this is really cool, and it makes total sense to me. I was actually trying to do something similar about half a year ago, where I had a few clients. I helped. I basically tried to teach them what AI even is with ChatGPT, how they can use them in their day-to-day life and for their business. Didn't take it too far yet, though I am thinking of restarting that gig. But I completely agree with you, especially with things like ADHD. And not only that, I use ChatGPT a lot just as a therapist, where I can talk to it
Yeah,
and
do the same thing.
yeah, yeah,
It's great to
and
decompress on the way home from work. Just put it on and talk to it.
oh yeah, yeah. It also has this memory feature where it can remember things about you, about your life, um, which has been very helpful for me. Sometimes memory gets completely loaded, and you have to clear it, but still a very useful feature, as you said, to the new voice mode, the camera feature, all the good stuff. Definitely helps me in personal life and for my work. I work full time as a software engineer. I do backend programming, Java, Spring, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of the time, it saves me time doing research because I can ask a very specific question when it comes to coding, a very, very specific problem. I can either send it a screenshot or even a picture of my code. When I don't have access to ChatGPT on the laptop, I can just use my phone.
Yeah.
And it's been very helpful, primarily because I don't have to read any articles or read like Stack Exchange, Overflow to get to the specific problem I'm trying to solve. I can just ask ChatGPT with a voice mode or a single prompt. I can then verify its results with the search with web feature, which uses Bing search tool, which is not Google, but still it's fine for validation of its results, and it saved me a lot of time. So that's definitely helpful. Also, the data analysis side of things, I used to work as a data scientist for probably a year and a half or 2 years, and it can basically do the stuff that I used to do as part of my day-to-day job much faster. You still want to oversee what it does because sometimes, yeah, it can make mistakes, but still, it's a very, very useful feature. So you mentioned the football coach. What kinds, what types of customers you have? Are they just business owners, or just individuals or maybe some bigger companies that need some um, refreshment or some fire, to fire them up to use this new technology. So, what kinds of clients you have?
So it's pretty across the board. Right now, a lot of them are smaller companies, just your entrepreneurs wanting to see how they can use it to, bring down cost, not completely get rid of employees, but there are some redundancies that they can, um, you know, save on that they're not maybe they're getting legal documents and need to analyze that a little bit quicker. And so you can just upload that into there and give you a summary. I've been experimenting with it even. I get a packet on my city council, sometimes 200 or so pages of all the information I need to go through in a week. And so I've been playing with this and having it analyze it for me and discover the places that I really need to focus on. I've really used it as a true assistant, or to have it find holes in things. So I try to really get it. Mine has gotten to learn me enough that I want it to interact with me, and I want it to. I'll tell it to ask me questions, and so it's really challenging my thought instead of me just saying, "Hey, type this email for me," or this article for me. I'm telling it what to do and then going through it and then find maybe it will catch, hey, you're not really communicating to the audience that you thought you were communicating with here. We need to fine tune this a little bit more. So as a brainstorming tool, it's phenomenal, I think, to really challenge that thought on a higher level than just I can with someone else.
Mhm. Yeah, first of all, the value proposition of eliminating inefficiencies and saving time, money for companies. I mean, this is something that makes sense for a business owner. So it's a very straightforward value proposition, and I think it's a very good approach when it comes to helping clients that way. I'm curious, have you experimented with trying to solve inefficiencies when it comes to your work around the city council or the chamber of commerce? Because I imagine that in the government, even on the local level, you still have bureaucracy and things that you always can improve. So, have you had a chance to use AI to tackle that problem?
I'm always trying to make things more efficient. I think that's how my brain is just set up. Um, so it is a great way. Yes, I have been experimenting with it in a lot of different ways, of getting data, and um, I think this will save time. And it's going to be a little difficult on the government side of things. There's, with transparency and everything, to learn to trust it a little bit more, but I think it will save time when you have to audit tons of information to just upload it into this tool and tell it what you need to come up with. A lot of that data analytics there, I think it's just going to, I think it's going to be more efficient by doing that. So that's why I was meeting with this football coach, is to be able to do that and see where they can be more efficient, take the emotion out of it. Because even in football, you get attached to maybe one player over another, and just purely looking at the numbers is going to help to see where your depth is and where you can improve a lot better. So in business, I think I think it's endless of where we can. We just need to be willing to experiment with it and be innovative with it. So yeah, we're continually even looking for those that want us to come and help and use them as a test case to see if it can really enhance their productivity. We just want to take um, that opportunity to show them, yeah, this is going to be a huge tool for you. Let's educate you on the best ways to use it, there's always going to be that responsibility side in there, but really the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. And when you were talking about the inefficiencies in that football coach scenario, um, the thought that popped up into my mind was, as a coach, would I trust AI over my own biases? And interestingly enough, I started to think about that, and right away I was like, yes, at least in my case, because I trust AI a lot of things, especially even doing the therapy, with ChatGPT. I understand that it definitely knows what it's talking about, and um, probably more than I do sometimes. So if I was in the position of the coach, I would probably at least seriously consider what AI tells me, especially after I ran it a few times, made sure that there are no like mistakes with crunching numbers or whatever. Maybe there is something there that I missed.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree that there is a lot of areas in business and not only in
Think of it
business.
in education. Like if I'm a teacher and I have 30, 40 students in my class, to be able to hand them over to a personalized tutor that's a bot to help teach them concepts in math or English, we can program it so that it doesn't give the answers to the student and really bring them through the processes of learning things. And then you can focus where you need to focus on and then bring them back when they've learned the concepts a little bit better.
Hmm.
And can, I mean, that's why I say the possibilities are really endless with this. I've been using it to, um, I'll just tell it, hey, I want to learn this. Teach me on the level of a 10th grader or
Yeah.
whatever, wherever I feel like my level is. And it takes you through steps and exercises. I mean, think of the things that you can learn now without necessarily having to go take long classes and be stuck in a classroom learning it. You can just do it when you want to.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, you're probably aware of this feature, but I still want to point it out because it's been extremely helpful for me. In ChatGPT, there is a setting called custom instructions where you
Uh-huh.
can, yeah, where you can specify how you would like ChatGPT to respond to your messages. And I used to kind of be annoyed when it would kind of answer my question with this numbered list in a very unhuman way where it just doesn't sound like it's my friend or a buddy who would like help me in the just a scenario where I'm just trying to figure out some problem in my life or something. It would just give me a number list like one, there is this, two, there is this. So I in the custom instructions setting, I just asked it to be more like my friend, just like my body, like even like in the
Yeah.
bar, And after that, it's been like very, very helpful and nice. I feel like as if I'm talking to a person, and um, it's crazy that I didn't have to change the AI model. I didn't have to change ChatGPT to try to use Google's AI or Claude or whatever else. It's within the same system. I could just guide it into the directions that I need, and there is this huge improvement. So it just proves the point that you mentioned earlier, where the possibilities are endless, and it's just a matter of exploring and teaching people how to use that. So I'm all in on this with you. Question I wanted to ask you: do you have an official business website, or let's say someone wants to reach out to you to um, have some kind of a partnership collaboration when it comes to learning AI, how would people reach to you?
Yeah, so our website is promptcommander.ai.
All right.
You can go on there and reach out to me through there. But social media, people can reach out to me. Um, just a lot of things on LinkedIn or whatever. Search me. I, I am posting a lot about AI out there because I want to generate these discussions, right? And let's collaborate on ways that we can, make it better for all of us, so we can, see where we can improve on it. It's going to be changing. I think this year is going to be probably one of the most innovative years ever with it. And so we do need to start having these discussions. I had a friend post something on my Facebook timeline of just telling me to be a little more concerned with where we're headed with this.
Mm.
Um, but I'm always willing to um, talk to people, give them demonstrations of how I'm using it. I've even offered up my Marco Polo to a lot of people. I'm willing to just 15 minutes give you some time to maybe critique your prompt a little bit more, because it's garbage in, garbage out, right? So
Yep.
it's all in practicing on how you could be more clear and giving it that mission or whatever that you needed to do. So yeah, reach out to me through our website, or my personal cell number is 801-682-6296. I'm happy to talk to people. It's public information out there anyway, so anybody can. Uh, so I love to have these conversations with people, and I think we need to have more and more. But we are very willing to come into any organization, nonprofits, or anyone, and really show them this is how you can really utilize it within your organization to increase your productivity.
Mm-hmm. Cool, cool. Two things I wanted to share in response. First, um, a very brief story. I was involved in a project where some of my friends are creating this mini hedge fund. Um, they take on investments, then they have these algorithms. They work with mathematicians, quants, and other people to create these strategies to invest on the stock market and get a positive return consistently. So at one point of time this year, I was involved with that project, and my job was to automate some of the algorithm creation where a user would just put, let's say, a PDF with a paper describing the algorithm, or just a text prompt for the algorithm. And ChatGPT or any kind of AI would need to create the code which would be working, which you can execute, be able to test it, and ensure that it gives positive return over some historic data. So I was involved in that. I wasn't really sure whether it's going to work or not, but at the end, not only I was able to, with simple prompt engineering, I didn't do anything besides messing with ChatGPT. It would generate the code that you can run, and not only that, it did yield the positive returns over some random test data. So obviously, it's not ready to, with the current state of technology, it's not ready to um, substitute software engineers completely, or programmers, or coding, but it can do crazy things that you wouldn't expect from it. And even I am, as a person who has been working in tech, in both software engineering and AI data science for several years, I was impressed, and the expectations exceeded the reality exceeded my expectations. So that definitely a lot to learn there. And the second point, very brief, is, as you mentioned, 2025 is probably going to be the most innovative year for artificial intelligence. And I agree with you. And I think this is the trend um, that we see in technology, where for probably a decade we did not have any significant technological advancements, when it comes to like phones, computers,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. It was kind of consistently growing, uh, um, like horizontally, but you did not see anything new, any new technology that would disrupt economy, market, or anything. But since the release of ChatGPT specifically, we've seen a lot of new AI models that keep growing almost exponentially in terms of the benchmarks and how they perform and reasoning and stuff like that. So it seems like we're in that time period where we see this rapid growth of technology. So I don't think that it will stop unless government gets involved or something else happens. But I don't think that's going to happen, or if even if it does, I don't think it's going to stop the growth. So a lot of exciting things to expect this year.
I would 100% agree with you on that one. I think it's just going to keep going. I think we're on the forefront of an industrial revolution, and we really, I mean, if we want to continue to prosper and be contributing members of, and work, and this is a skill that we're all going to have to learn.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm going to let you have the last word here. Maybe you want to share any thoughts, or maybe you want to talk more about your business or anything else, just to wrap this episode up. The floor is yours. Feel free to share whatever you want.
Well, definitely thanks for the opportunity. It's always fun to talk with you. Um, uh, like I've said, this is just going to be a hot topic and something I think we need to get ahead of. I think the more we talk about this, the more that hype and dispel a lot of the myths out there about it will happen. Are there concerns? Yes, and we need to discuss those as well. How are we going to help our youth, especially, develop these new skills? Because I mean, this technology is just really starting, and I would hate to set them back, 10 years, 10, 12 years in the future when it's really set in motion with it. Um, so that's my hope with this, is just to start some good discussions out there, collaborate with people. I mean, I hear so many good ways of using this. People are using it to practice job interviews and really enhance their job skills. And I just want to help keep this motion going with it. So I definitely appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. It was a pleasure to have you on again. Hope to speak to you in some future episodes.
For sure.
Um, yeah, and I appreciate your insights. All of the links to your website, LinkedIn, socials will be in the description for the podcast. And yeah, just happy to have you here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.